Hi, Pat.
Hey, Marcus!
How are you, darling?
I'm so excited. But look, I'm a little nervous, but can we get our little dance on real quick? Oh, what? Marcus, you are from my era.
Exactly, right.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
How are you, darling?
I'm
How are
doing
you?
great. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on.
I'm so excited to have you on. Listen, who am I to be interviewing such an icon,
Girl, please.
a celebrity, such you huge in this industry, Marcus. I was a little nervous about interviewing you. You know
You
that.
should not, girl, you should not be nervous.
And you know what? I know because you're so down to earth. You're so beautiful. You know, I'm just excited though, because look, it's a lot to you, Marcus. So I'm gonna bypass all my intro because your intro is never ending. They already know about me. Y'all know about me, Pat Boy Beauty and Bling. Let's talk about Marcus. So, Marcus, normally I ask my guests to send me a bio, and when you send me your bio, I was like, oh my God. I have to read the whole entire thing.
Oh, you don't have to read the whole thing.
Marcus, I know people know who you are, but do people really know who you are? Can I give them just a little snippet about you?
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
Y'all, Marcus is my mentor years ago, and we're going to talk about that too. But look, I have to start out with all this because it's never ending and it's fabulous.
You're so sweet.
So listen, guys, we have Marcus Geeter here, a celebrity makeup artist, an author, television beauty contributor. Do y'all hear that? I gotta read this. Now look, you guys know I may get a name, I might say it wrong, but just bear with me. Okay, so Marcus Geeter has dedicated over 35 years of his life traveling the world around, making women and men look their best for magazine covers, editorials, national and international advertising campaigns, television, and film. It's an honor. It's an honor to interview you. His artistry has graced the faces of Academy Award winners Halle Berry and Jennifer Hudson. Huge. He also worked with Tiny, Faith Evans, Deborah Cox, Kim Fields, Escape, Sheila E., Anita Baker, Nancy Wilson, and Holly Robinson Pete. Hold on. Marcus has groomed Ringo Starr, Ty Pennington, Steve Harvey, Usher, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Ryan Sandberg, Twista, Tyrese, Ray J, Ramsey Lewis, Common, and Peter Walsh. Jeter's talent has been utilized by Olympic gold medalists. Now, I can't pronounce these names. Can you help me, Marcus?
Brian Boitono,
Bonnie Blair, Dan Jansen, Peekaboo Street.
Peekaboo Street. Peekaboo.
Always. And Christy
Yamaguchi.
Yamaguchi. Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all, it's more. Marcus Geeter has extensive advertising clients, a client list that includes Victoria's Secret, L'Oreal, Clairol, Pantene, Kenra, Dermablend Cosmetics, General Motors, Motorola, BF, Goodrich, BMW, Kraft Food, listen, Hyatt Hotels, McDonald's Corp, Miller Beer, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, LensCrafters, American Family Insurance. That's about 40 more names. Namaste International, Procter. So listen, so this shows me that whatever the gift is, if you make a decision to advance forward, you can do huge things in it. Doesn't matter what it is, but you have to have passion, right, Marcus?
And you have to not have fear,
No,
because fear can keep you from your dreams.
I love it.
Mhm.
Marcus,
Yes.
you're inspiring me.
Yes.
Oh my God, look, Walgreens, who else? Curves, Quaker Oats. It's never, this list is, listen, I'm gonna put this list on the internet. So y'all, wait, there's even more. He has advertising pages on Vogue, Bazaar, Essence Magazine, Martha Stewart Living. Listen, Ebony, Women's Day, Sophisticates, Black Hair, Twist, Broom. I may be pronouncing it wrong. Amina Brides, North Shore, Diva, Shape, Working. Now I'm acting like a drama queen, but look, Marcus, you making me look bad over here.
No.
I'm looking bad. Wait, there's even more. Okay, so Marcus, when I do that video, so I have a team. I have 2 other people working with me, but the video that I put out that, is a little dramatic, that comes from me. And
That was beautiful.
you like it? Oh my
It
God.
was absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
Oh,
It was beautiful. I wanted actually a copy. I was going to see if I could get a copy. It was beautiful.
I'm gonna send
It
this
was
to you.
it was beautiful. Thank you.
I'll make you some
I
video.
was like, wow, that's me.
But listen, when I started making it, what came to me was that you have a giving heart.
Yeah, you
Because
have to.
you have to have it because look,
You
ladies,
have to. Mhm.
just outside of Marcus being the celebrity artist, he's so nice. Look, I can email you or message you and ask you for anything, and you say yes.
But the thing is that people have to remember this is what I do. It's not who I am.
Yes.
It's what I do. But it's not who I am.
This is
You know,
what you do. I
it's
love it.
it's what I do. It's a gift that I'm grateful for. But Marcus is so much bigger. He's more things. He's more layered than just what he
Yes,
does.
'cause I'm getting ready to
You
tell
know what I'm
people.
saying?
Yeah, I have even more. That's what I'm getting to. So all that he does, all those gifts, all those opportunities that he had, and he's gonna get even more. He has a giving heart. So it says, giving of yourself is very important, states Geeter. He has volunteered to Lawrence Hall Youth Services. Now you're a man after my own heart. Inner Voice Women's Shelter, Illinois Eye Bank, and University of Illinois Division of Specialized Care for Children. So you
you
give.
you have to. When you've been given a lot, when you've been blessed, it's important for you to be a blessing to other people.
So Marcus,
That's it. And Pat, you know how I was raised. You know my parents.
yes,
You know exactly how I was raised.
and your family,
You know my mom, how what kind of person she was. You know how my dad is, and
yes.
they raised me to be. When you've been given things, you need to share those things, and when you've been given gifts, you need to share those gifts.
I love it. Now there's
Mhm.
even more, but I gotta stop because I need for you to talk about you. So Marcus, can I give you the floor, the platform, and tell us who you are, what your journey was, your past, your present, and now your future, and what's your name
Wow,
and
wow,
why?
that's a broad. That's broad, Pat. um, so I would say I started. Well, I started. I worked as a model when I was in high school. That's how I started.
I saw a picture that you posted, so it was you could tell it
Yeah,
was
I worked as a model when I started. I was always interested in theater and music and dance. I took I grew up taking dance classes and voice lessons and piano lessons.
Wow.
All of those things. Thought I wanted to be, really a performer. I thought I wanted to be an actor. Took acting classes during the summer when I was in high school in Chicago. I would get on the South Shore train, South Shore, and go to class and take acting classes. And then I decided, I wanted to, spread my wings. I wanted to try. So my mom did some research for me, and we found Shirley Hamilton Agency. And
Okay.
Shirley Hamilton Agency at the time was the largest talent and model agency in Chicago.
Okay.
She was kind of like the Eileen Ford of the Midwest. And so, of course, I was naive, didn't know anything basically. So my mom made an appointment for me. I got on the train. I went to the appointment. I dressed up in a suit and tie and everything. And so not know, I'm thinking I'm going. So you need to look nice. And I met Vivian at the time, who was the agent there. And but for some particular reason, she just took a liking to me. And she said, honey, this is what I want you to do. She gave me a list of photographers to go see. She said, you need to have some pictures taken. And she said, sweetie, the next time you come, when you go out on your appointments, don't wear a suit. Just dress like a teenager. So, yeah. So I went to the photographers. I called the photographers, set us an appointments. They did what we at the time called test shots of you, where they take, test you, take pictures of you. Some of them did shots of me for free. Some of them charged me a minimal fee to have the pictures taken. Vivian told me to bring those shots back to her once I had them taken. Once I had the proof sheets, that's at the time it was proof sheets. So that's how long ago I was in the business. I took the proof sheets back to Vivian. She went through them. We picked them out. She put together a comp card for me, and then I was modeling. So I modeled from the time I was 17 until I think I did my last job when I was 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
Marcus, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so from there, what did you do?
From there, during that period of time, well, this is what basically what happened too. My dad. He's a very practical person. So when it was time for me to go to college, theater school was not an option. So it was like, you got to do who, what? I think you need to rethink that. Okay. So anyway, I started out in school as a computer programming major.
Oh.
Yeah, and because at that particular time, everybody was saying you got to go. Everybody was pushing everybody into computer programming, and so I realized very, very quickly that I didn't think that way. That's not how I think. I'm logical, but not in that way. And it was just like speaking. It was like reading Russian. I couldn't understand. I just didn't get it. And so I thought, I can't do this. I need to go into something that's a little bit more creative. So I changed my major to marketing and fashion, which was, a perfect, fit for me.
Yes.
Thrived with that. And I was still unofficially involved in the theater department at school. So I was still taking drama lessons and still taking dance and all of that. Okay. And decided that I wanted to learn more about makeup so I could be helpful behind the scenes.
Because you were
I was in. Yeah, exactly. So I started taking makeup classes, special effects classes in the summertime, all of that, not even thinking that this could be going to change my life.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to graduate from college and become an art director and have a lifelong job at Leo Burnett that everybody else wanted, So anyway, a friend of mine at the time was an actress. Mm-hmm. She asked me to do her makeup. Okay. So, and we were still living in Indiana at the time. So I did her makeup and we drove to Chicago and I did her makeup and she shot with this photographer, Daniel DuVernay.
Okay.
And so Dan kept calling me and asking me to come do other people for him.
Whoa.
So that same friend of mine she had to go to an event. And so she went out to Ellis Ayers. You remember Ellis Ayers?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to, in Maryville, she went to Ellis Ayers. And the woman commented about her makeup. And she goes, oh my God, I love your makeup. You did such a good job. She goes, well, I didn't do it. My friend did it. And she goes, well, who's this friend? And she gave her my name. She goes, I'd like to talk to him. So I went into LS Ayers and they hired me as the resident makeup artist for the whole department. What? So I was doing that while I was in college. That was my part-time job and modeling while I was in college.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so when I graduated from college, I thought, well, I enjoy this, but I still had in my head that I'm going to be, an art director.
Okay.
So I talked to my dad, and he said, "Okay, I spent all this money, but for what?" I said, "Dad, this is something I want to try to do. It's something that I enjoy doing. I just want to try it. Let me just try this." And I thought I'll do this for a year, and then I'll become an art director or whatever. So anyway, my dad said, the kind man that he is, he said, "Look, I will help you. I'll help you for 6 months financially if you need me to help you. I will help you. I know you're out here hustling, but I will help you for 6 months."
Okay.
So I hit the ground running. I was going to see all the photographers. I was building my portfolio. I was really, really hustling. And the younger photographers that I was meeting, they were growing at the same time, and they were building their clientele. So they were using me. So I was really working quite a bit. So after about 3 months, I said, "Dad, I don't need your help anymore."
Whoa. Just like that.
Just like
Because
that.
passion, purpose, and destiny
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
all realized, right?
Yeah. And
At
that
full
yeah, and
time.
that's why I tell young people, because I mentor like yourself, Pat. We mentor a lot of young people.
Yes,
A
we
lot,
do.
especially a lot of young people who want to enter the beauty business.
Yeah.
And I tell them all the time, I said, "Look, it's important to have a plan. It's
Yes.
very important to have a plan.
Mhm.
However, it is also important to be open
Yes.
to things that will happen to
Yes.
you. Because look at me. Because I decided to take this chance, it changed the whole trajectory of my life,
Your entire life. And
my
you
entire
are,
life.
oh my goodness, it's
Yeah.
amazing, Marcus, all that you have done. I wish that
Mhm.
the people could see it's even more to your bio. We just didn't have, we don't even have time. We need another part two. But that is amazing. So,
Yeah.
Marcus, I'm glad that you said it's so important for the youth. Just real
Y-
quick, let's talk about them. It's
Yes.
so important that we mentor them
Absolutely.
because,
Because
go ahead, Marcus.
I always tell people it's a travesty when everything that you know dies with you, and you haven't used that to help anybody.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
have to teach people. We have to turn. I mean, I've been given a lot, so I have to do this. I have to reach back, and I have to grab somebody's hand and pull them along. Now, I
yes,
always tell people everybody's not deserving of your help, because you know what I'm saying. Everybody's not, but those people that are trying and working hard, you need to reach back and grab those people.
yes, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I do want
Hmm.
to say this just real quick. I have a client that um her son she has these kids, and the son decided that he wanted to go into barbering. That's just what he wanted to do.
Okay.
Because the parents sometimes think that, oh, it may not be a good fit because I can't see you making a living off of it.
Right.
they
Right.
they tried to talk him out of going to barbering
Okay.
school, and
Okay.
just go to college, do this, do that. Not saying that college isn't a great thing.
Right.
So they came to me and they asked me, Pat, what do you think?
Hmm.
So my thing was, I said, look, give him a chance in it,
Give them a
because
chance. Right.
what you don't want is him to spend all that time in college to leave there and then look back and say, I wish I would have, could have.
Exactly. Exactly. No
And so,
regrets.
no regrets. And
Hmm.
so, they really want him to go to college, but they said, we're going to give you a chance. Listen, just like you, Marcus.
Hmm.
He went to barber school.
Hmm.
He is in Indianapolis. He's doing an amazing job. His
Right.
business is huge.
That's great.
He's
That's
doing
wonderful.
athletes.
See,
Yes,
because it was his passion. It's what
it's
he wanted to do.
yes, yes, yes. So,
Right.
so I agree with you. Whatever that passion is, look, take a chance on it first.
Yeah.
See what happens. Be open.
Yes. And I think a lot of times people, which rightfully so, we have to be aware that we need to be able to take care of ourselves. But I
That's right.
always tell people, when you follow your passion, the money's going to come.
It's gonna chase you down.
It's going to come. Yeah.
My sister, I interviewed her a couple of weeks ago. She said the blessings are overtaking her.
Yes.
Overtaking her.
Yes.
Look, I wish
Yes.
you overtaking you, Marcus.
Yeah,
So
I've been very, very blessed. I've been really, really very fortunate. I've had some incredible people behind me, who gave me
yeah,
an opportunity, gave me a chance. People who were my mentors, who
okay.
guided me. Ernest Collins, the late great Ernest Collins, who was one of the top hair and makeup people in Chicago,
Wow.
and had one of the most successful salons on Oak Street. He
Wow.
was just absolutely incredible. When he decided that he wasn't going to do hair and makeup anymore, because he was one of the type guys,
Wow.
in the Midwest. When he decided he wasn't going to do hair and makeup anymore, he told all his clients, use Marcus.
Whole clientele
Hmm.
placed in your lap.
That this is the guy you need to use now. And so that's what I'm saying. You always somebody you have to reach back. You have to reach back
You
and
have
and
to reach
and
back.
and grab someone. And then he moved to Paris because he wanted to be a photographer. He was a photographer, moved to Paris, lived in Paris for 20 years, became this international sensation, and was still my mentor. I went to Paris and worked with him. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Just always mentoring, always lifting, and we all have to do that.
We must do it. So,
We
Marcus, I'm
must.
glad you said that because I gotta tell the people what you did for us over the
Okay.
years.
Okay.
So, I came to you. I don't think I didn't really know you. I just knew you through Dawn.
Yes, my cousin.
I knew you through Dawn, your cousin, and
Yes.
Stevie Wonder.
Yes. Yeah, her cousin, Stevie
Stevie
Wonder. Right.
Wonder is
Exactly.
your
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I knew you through Dawn, and Dawn probably told me call Marcus because I wanted to start this makeup, line, and we wanted to learn makeup. And she probably told me to call you, and I
Yeah.
called you, and
Yes.
you ran this program for us for like 4 or 5 weeks,
Hmm.
basic makeup training, which changed our whole. It was another stream of income for us, but it changed
Yes.
the way we saw makeup.
Yes.
It was fabulous. You
Yeah.
taught us how to do basic. You took us from basic natural to a smoky eye.
Yeah. And look how fabulous you look, girl, now. Look at you, girl. Look at you. Looking
You
fabulous
some of
today.
your
Okay.
techniques. Listen, so I have my nose turned up a little, I tried to
Uh-huh.
make it narrow through your teaching. I could have put a little more though. But anyway. So look, Marcus, not only did you do that for us, do you remember when you invited me to be on your show?
Yes, I was a regular beauty contributor at ABC 7 in Chicago. And I would come on. I would do this segment called Monday Makeovers, and
Yeah.
so we would pick women, and we would change their hair, change their makeup, change their wardrobe. We do everything, and so I I said, well, I have somebody who is a incredible. I know someone who is an incredible hairstylist that I would love to feature on the show, and so that's what I called you. And I said,
Yes.
Pat, would you be willing to come on the 11 o'clock news with me and do a makeover on this woman? And it was one of the best makeovers we did in the entire 8 years on the show. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was one of the. It was a
She was
beautiful.
fabulous.
Yeah, it was. She looked fantastic. You did such an amazing job on her hair that people were calling me, Pat, and asking me who did her hair. Remember, you got some people coming into your shop for the color because they wanted the color, they wanted the cut, they wanted everything that you did.
I
Yeah,
remember it was so fabulous. It was such a great experience. I was so
yeah.
nervous because I was little old me up with Marcus Geeter. I'm like, but listen,
Yeah.
I'm so mad that I don't even have that picture. I hope she's watching. Kim, I just remember her name.
Yeah, Kim, there was Kim. Yeah, and she wrote me the most incredible letter, the sweetest letter. And I think what happens, as you know, Pat, is that especially, particularly with women, women they become wives, they become mothers, and they forget who they are
Yeah, yeah,
because they're so busy being like Wonder Woman,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they forget who. And she wrote me that, and she goes, Mark, you made me realize you made me connect with that woman who I forgot I was. And that's the whole point of what we do. You know,
Yes.
when you look good, you feel good about yourself. And so that's the importance of our business. And I
That
can tell you, there was a time that I thought what I do was very trivial. I have to admit that. I thought it wasn't that important because I have friends who are physicians and corporate attorneys and all, and they have these big jobs making enormous amounts of money. And so, and I'm the artist in the group, and I thought, oh, I enjoy what I do. I don't think it's that important. What really opened my eyes was that I got a call from a woman who her daughter was in a terrible car accident 3 months before her wedding, and her head went through the windshield, and so she had all of these scars on her face. And so her mom asked me, is there something that you can do to help? Can we do like a trial? Is there something you could do to help her? And so I said, I will try. So I went to their home. I had all of my utensils. Bought a few special effects things. And it took me about 2.5 hours. So I was determined. You know how you're determined to do something, Pat?
yes.
When I get done, I almost covered. Couldn't ever see almost any scar. I covered almost every scar that she had
Oh,
using my background in theatrical makeup. The things that I had learned. And she was like, her mom was just like in tears, and she goes, "Oh my God, she's gonna be so beautiful for a wedding. This means so much to us." So that taught me what I do is important too.
very.
You know, we change people's lives. Also by
Yes, we do.
working on the aesthetics of that person.
Yes,
And when that you feel better about the aesthetics of yourself, you feel better about yourself.
yes, you do. Now,
Yes.
it's so amazing that you said that because I got to tell you about one of my clients.
Hmm.
I have a client. Her name is Lynette Blasting Me.
Okay.
It's her maiden name, and you got to remember her was Lynette Jones.
Lynette
She
Jones. Okay.
came through. So let me just read what she sent to me. She
Okay.
says, I went to Marcus Geeter's class in my early 20s. She said he prepared me to go on go-sees for modeling jobs.
Hmm.
She says Marcus Geeter did my makeup and hair to audition for a Michael Jackson video, The Way You Make Me Feel. Do you remember, Lynette?
I don't remember.
So wait a minute. Then she says Norma, the expert painter, also was in your class.
Okay.
She says this was the last thing she said. She said she enjoyed every moment of the class. She said you taught her how to walk with confidence. And
Wow.
let me tell you, Marcus, when she walks in a room, this lady,
Wow.
so look, I met her maybe about 8 years ago. When I first met her, I was like, who is this lady? I mean, she had such confidence. I mean, she walked in that door. She's got this arch in her back. It's amazing how she walks, even today.
Wow.
Even when she walks in the door, I just look at her like her walk. And then when I told her I was going to have you on the show, she said he told me.
Oh my gosh.
Of her. You got to
What
remember when you see her.
wow.
But
That's
that right
amazing.
there, that right
Oh,
there,
that's
just
amazing.
yes.
That's so amazing to hear.
So did you?
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yes, she
Yeah.
told me. She said, "Girl, he taught me how to walk. Taught me how to go on these go-sees." And I was like, "Are you serious?" Now, did
Yeah.
you run a charm school back in the
I
day?
I actually taught at one back in the day. Yeah, when I was in right when I was ending college, I was still modeling and everything, and I wanted to teach kids some of the things that I knew. And I think it was important, specifically with some of the guys, because the guys didn't know anything about social graces and how you should present yourself and how you should dress for job interviews and all that stuff. So I thought, let me utilize some of this stuff that I know to help these young people.
At a young age,
Yeah.
Marcus. So it's been in you all this time. It's
Yeah.
been in you all this time. So
Yeah.
look, do you remember when you did my makeup for a photo shoot?
I do. I think I
One Sunday morning, Marcus. We were at the salon in my salon one Sunday morning. I had a photo shoot. Now, look, was it really a photo shoot? No, but I was acting like it was. Look, I wanted to be fabulous. And you should hear my girlfriend Tony talk about, Pat, who are you? But when you got through with me, I was so fabulous. You made me look so good. Listen, I didn't even want to wash my face that night.
It's so funny.
But look, the way you do makeup, you make the makeup look like skin. It's so sheer.
Well, the my philosophy of makeup, and this is how I approach makeup. Every makeup artist is different. They have their own technique and their own philosophy.
Right.
My philosophy is makeup is not a mask. Makeup is basically used to enhance those natural good looks you already have.
Wow.
So when I get done with a person, I want them to still recognize themselves, but say, "Oh my God, I look really, really good," you know. And I don't believe in really, really heavy foundation. There's a way to do that, even if you have to, build it up and cover more. There's a way to do that without making it look heavy. And so
Yeah.
that's how I've kind of approached makeup. I don't want to see every line and every trick that someone has done. I want the person to walk into a room and people say, "Oh my God, what an attractive lady." You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yes,
how
yes.
I approach makeup that way.
And that's why you're so sought after, because your makeup, those pictures you took me, Marcus. Oh my God, they were absolutely beautiful. And I'm gonna send another video out of the other ones that you sent, because they were amazing too. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to pick from. So let me ask you, Marcus. So your past, we talked about the past. We talked about some of the things you did in the present. What does your future look like? What do you now? This is 35 years later.
Yeah, over 35 now. Because literally, because I'm 115 now, so I've been. So, I'm really I've been I entered a new arena. I entered the YouTube arena.
I love
So
it. I've been watching you.
yeah, so I have beauty therapy Sundays on my YouTube channel, Marcus Geeter, the makeup therapist.
Yeah.
So that is like a new passion that I have. So I wanted to start sharing, a lot of the things that I know and a lot of the things that I've been through with a larger audience. So when I was deciding upon what I wanted to do with the channel,
Yeah.
because there's so many people on YouTube with beauty channels. So I decided, well, Marcus, what do you want to do with the channel? So I said, well, I want to teach women and men practical things.
Yeah.
Not all the dramatic stuff. There's enough of that on YouTube. But I want to teach people practical things that they can really use in their life that makes sense. And then the second thing I wanted to do, I wanted to share some of my personal experiences with my subscribers. So lessons that I've learned in my life, those life lessons that I learned, I wanted to share those things also with people. So my channel is sort of beauty inside and out, and that's why I call it Beauty Therapy Sundays.
I love it. Yes,
Yeah.
I just started watching you. I didn't know you were on there, but I started. I kind of stalk my guests as I get closer to the interview. I was like,
Yeah.
look at Marcus.
Yeah.
You know what?
And you know what, Pat? And I have to have you on. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after the show, okay? We'll set up some time because I would love to have you on the show because you have a plethora of information about how these women should be taking care of their hair.
Yes.
And I would love for you to share that with my subscribers, with my audience. Yeah, so we'll talk about that, okay?
We'll talk about it, but look,
Yes.
Marcus, where can it be? Okay, one more question, because
Yes.
my niece is saying, Miss Pat, your time is up. But wait,
Okay.
that's my producer.
Yes, I understand. I get it.
But listen, do you offer classes for basic makeup or any kind of training classes? Do you offer those?
At the present time, no. But I was, and I still am involved with cosmetology, IllinoisCosmetology.org, because sometimes when your licenses are coming up to be renewed for hair, I teach those classes. So yeah, so it goes on. I teach a class like once a month for about 6 months. To about 200 people, 200 cosmetologists who need to have their hours. So yeah, so yeah, so that so that is like that's how I've been teaching, but I also still, of course, teach private lessons. If somebody wants to learn how to do themselves,
Okay.
I'm available to people to do that. But and also as a group, if somebody wants to put together a makeup party for their friends,
You'll do it?
I will do it. Yes, I will
Awesome.
do that. Yeah.
Oh my God. So
Yes.
beautiful. So beautiful. So Marcus, where can people find you at? How can they contact you?
Okay. On Instagram, it's Marcus Marcus _ Geeter Geeter.
Okay.
And then on Facebook, it's Marcus Geeter Beauty.
Okay.
On Twitter, it's Marcus Geeter. On TikTok, it's Marcus G. Yes, yeah, I just started TikTok. The young people that I work with, like, yeah, do TikTok, Marcus. You got to do TikTok. So they're helping me. So it's Marcus Jeter 2. And then on LinkedIn, it's Marcus Jeter. And then on my YouTube channel is Marcus Jeter, the makeup therapist.
Wow, I love it. I love it. And Marcus, I just want to thank you for being a part of this fabulous show.
Oh, thank you, Pat, for having me on. I so appreciate it. I admire you so much because you give so much. You give so much, and your heart is so big, and you give so much to these young people, and you're going to be blessed even more than you've been blessed.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
But listen, guys, we have to leave, and we want to thank you guys for watching. Follow us on, of course, Facebook Live, YouTube, all my channels. We'll be back on Wednesday with PBBBT, Pat's Favorite Things. And Marcus, I thank you so much for being.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pat. Thank you for having me.
Don't leave, Marcus, but look, we got to leave out dancing, though, Marcus.
Okay.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
Marcus,
thank you, Pat.
From the same era. Don't leave, Marcus.
Okay.
Don't leave.
Okay.